Hi, this is Rhonda Scher with Unleashing LinkedIn, and today I have a really amazing guest, Dr. Ivan CARNEY. And Dr. CARNEY is not only a friend, but he's a colleague. He was raised in the Midwest, went to Palmer College of Chiropractic in Davenport, Iowa, the fountainhead of chiropractic, and he was able to see 158 patients in a single day. Wow. He's now devoting a large portion of his time to helping businesses double or triple their income through the power of marketing, social media, and interactive books. Dr. Shane, one of his recent clients, just doubled his income from $75,000 to over $157,000 in collections in just 3 months. Dr. CARNEY loves dogs. He has 9 of them. Natural health, writing books, and helping people achieve their goals. He currently lives in Murrieta, California, where he loves the weather and spending time at the beach. Dr. CARNEY, welcome to Unleashing LinkedIn.
Thank you, Rhonda. It's a pleasure to be here.
So tell me, how long have you been writing books? I mean, I've known you for probably 3 years, and I don't even know your backstory. So tell me about that. How long have you been writing books?
I've been writing books for about 25 years, and the new immersive, multidimensional, conversational, and interactive books for the last 2 years.
And you actually did one for me, so I know how powerful it is. Do you feel like anybody can write a book? You know, let's talk a little bit about that. Why books are so important. Do you feel like anyone can write a book?
Yes, absolutely. Anyone can write a book. The problem is most people think you have to write a novel, spend vast amounts of money on editors and publishers, so you end up with what they call a real book that is 300 pages long, has all the fancy words, transitions, adjectives, adverbs, all the editing done for them, plus the cover, the introduction, the biography, and the back page. And a lot of this foo-foo keeps them from even starting to write their first book. What I tell people is this, Rhonda. You can write a short book, get the job done quickly, and still let people know who you are and what you can do for them. That means that your first short book can be read in about 15 minutes if you decide to write it, and that would be about an 11-page book.
We don't really think about books being 11 pages, but that makes a lot of sense. It really does. Which really brings me to my next question is, why do you think books are so important to somebody's business or celebrity success in their community? Because we all know, you know, we've heard your hook is your book, right? Or your book is your hook. So why are books so important to somebody, and why should they write one?
Well, I'm going to make this really simple for your listeners. Books are important to your business or your status in your community because when you write a book, even though it's a short book, you can self-publish it and put it on Amazon within 24 hours if you want. Now, when you write a book, you become an expert, a celebrity, a published author, which then makes you the go-to authority in your niche. So, if you have a business and you write a book, it elevates your status in your community. It can even make you money on a daily basis through royalties if you work with me. So this is something anyone should explore, no matter what they do as a profession or job.
Wow. So I'm curious, you know, who are some of the mentors that have helped you to learn the skills that you now possess? Because you're a chiropractor, you're a marketer. Yeah, you didn't even mention what an amazing copywriter you are. Who are some of the mentors that have helped influence you to learn these skills?
Some of my mentors were Jay Abraham, Gary Talbot, which is one of the greatest copywriters ever, Joe Sugarman, Dan Kennedy, Dan Gallifoo, better known as Doberman Dan, and Joe Bauer. Now there's a lot of more mentors that I have who've helped me along the way, Rhonda, but these are the most recent ones. They've all helped me learn how to write from the heart and write like I speak.
Which makes perfect sense. You know, most people don't think about it, but you should write the way that you speak. And you also do ghostwriting, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. So how long does it take for you to help somebody that's never written a book to write a book for Amazon? Let's talk about that for a while.
Okay, that all depends on the person and how motivated they are. I had a doctor that hired me to help me write her book. And after 3 sessions of writing with her, she only had an hour a day on the weekends, but we had 3 chapters done, and they were spectacular. They were spot on. Problem was, she didn't know how to talk from the heart and tell her story. I told her, when you write your chapter titles, it's important that you write something that you can talk about for a few minutes. That's all it takes. People talk on average, Rhonda, about 150 words per minute, and they read somewhere between 200 to 300 words per minute on average. Now, all this plays into my program where I teach them how to write from the heart and do it easily. Now, if you can talk, you can flap your lips, I can help you write your book. I can help anyone write a book and put it on Amazon in 24 to 72 hours if they need to move forward quickly. Just to understand, this means talking to me for about 1 to 2 hours, then calling it a day. And after that, I'll get busy, edit the content, create the book cover, which is a big part of writing a book, and getting sales, and then writing some assets from that person so I can complete their book. And I suggest your first book, like I said, should be between 15 to 30 pages long. Now, that might sound like a lot of pages, but in all reality, it's not. Because I'll ask you some questions, and I'll get it done quickly, so it's ready to publish within 24 to 72 hours. The done for you book fee goes up, of course, the faster you want the book done.
And I'm guessing you also teach people how to use the book to be able to get them on more stages, more interviews, and in their business. Is that true?
Yes, and the thing is, it's just like LinkedIn. If you have a book and you can share that book with them, they're more likely to find value with you.
So isn't one of the things I know that you've helped a lot of people that I know to create books and also use this as a free giveaway, for example, in your Facebook groups? Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, it's important that you do give away a book in your Facebook group because, again, you've got to create value with someone before they really want to hook up with you. I mean, so many people, I was on a call today, and this gentleman said, well, here I'm on LinkedIn, and he shows it on the screen, and he says, here's this guy chasing me down, but he's not giving me any value. Why would I want to respond? So a book tells people more about you. They get to know you. And if you do it correctly, as I show you, they get to know you intimately so they can know, like, and trust you. When they know, like, and trust you, Rhonda, they're going to end up buying from you.
And I think part of that is, in the book, you really do want to share part of your backstory. You know, you and I share one mentor, which is Joel Bauer, and one of the things we've learned is your history shouldn't be a mystery, right? So part of what you help people to do is actually share their backstory in the book itself. Is that true?
That is correct. And the backstory is a large portion of that book because that's where people really get to know you.
So are there any books that you're working on right now that you'd like to share with us?
I have 6 books I'm currently working on, Rhonda, and they are How to Stay Essential in Any Economy, and make 6 figures without leaving your home, The Joy of Making Money from Home Without the Hassles of a Boss or a Commute, How to Make $100,000 in royalties per year, writing short books, The Ultimate Solutions to Creating a Great Relationship that will last forever. You should know a lot about that. And How to Lose 15 pounds almost overnight without starving yourself or exercising. And the one I just came up with today after that consulting call I talked about earlier, and the one I'm going to write with another gentleman in 72 hours or less, is How to Write Your First Book in 72 Hours or Less, guaranteed. Those are the books I'm currently working on, Rhonda, right now. And let me remind you of something now. I can finish books for someone if they qualify in 24 to 72 hours, but they have to give me their assets. That's a big thing about writing a book. You have to have your assets ready. You know all about that.
Well, for the people that don't know, what are the assets? Share with people that are thinking, wow, I could do a book in 72 hours. That's pretty amazing. What are the assets that they would need to have ready to be able to do that?
They need to have their biography. They need to have their introduction, and they need to have their poses or pictures ready to go in. And if they do an interactive book, they just need to have their webinar pre-recorded or the videos that they want to place in the book.
So let's talk about the interactive book, because for a lot of people, they have no idea what an interactive book is. When I think of an interactive book, before I knew what it was, I would think of, it must be just something that you download, like an ebook or PDF. But that's not at all what you're talking about. So kind of tell people, if they could imagine seeing what an interactive book might be. Describe it for the people that are listening.
An interactive book is a book that has your webinar in it, your videos, your audios, your pictures. It turns, and it's interactive. Now, I've also added my newest version of the interactive book is I have a pre-qualification set of questions at the end of the book, so I can qualify anyone just with a few questions, so that author can decide whether or not they want to follow up with that person, which is a totally new way to use the interactive book.
Because the interactive book actually has videos embedded into it, correct? Or it could have videos embedded into it. It could have links, correct?
Yep.
And
it's all there.
And it literally is like, with the click of a finger or the mouse, you are actually flipping pages and can go any place within the book. It's like a live document. Is that right?
It is, and what's nice about the interactive book is I can send it via email with a link, or I can send it via text. So, again, people can get to know, like, and trust me, and they will open a text, Rhonda. They may not open the email, but they're going to open the text, and they're going to see this interactive book that flips, and they're going to say, wait a minute, what is this? And they're going to touch on the links, and it can take them directly to the website, it can take them to the videos, it can take them to the webinar, it can take them to the audio version, it can take them to the qualifying questions at the end if they want to work with these people. So it's very interactive, and I keep trying to take it to the next level, and that's why Next Level Marketing came about.
Well, I've actually seen you do this in something that's actually very cool, and it was almost like a card instead of a book. It was a book, probably just about 5 or 10 pages, but it was really a card that was a thank you to somebody that had a page in it directed to everybody else, right? With, a video embedded into it. So there's a lot of different things. Do you want to talk about some of the other ways that you can use these books to get someone's attention, these interactive books?
Well, if you want to create an interactive book and you wanted to send it to your customers, clients, or patients, you could do that. I created one that I didn't send out. I was going to send it to Joel, but it actually was a Thanksgiving card. It was 4 pages long. It was handwritten with the videos placed inside, so I could interact with them and wish them a happy Thanksgiving or a happy Christmas or happy anniversary. You can use it for anything you can use a postcard for or a greeting card. Anything you can do, I can do it with interactive books.
And it's all personalized and can be sent through a text message, which is absolutely amazing. So
it really is.
So I understand that in addition to all of this amazing stuff that you're doing, you're also currently developing some courses on how to make money through the power of books. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I have 2 courses right now that I'm working on, and these are easy to implement courses where I show you how to prepare your assets and the groundwork so you can write your book in 72 hours or less. Now, if you want to take 2 or 3 weeks, that's not a problem. But they're easy to implement, easy to comprehend, that anyone, and I mean anyone, can do it. And I want to stress something here to your listeners. This process works. Anyone, and I mean anyone, can be a published author in 72 hours or less if they're ready to move forward.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. And when are these courses going to be released so that people can actually get their hands on them?
I will have the courses ready probably in early January.
Very cool. Do you know what platform you're going to put them on?
They will be on a platform that I'm building out with another masterclass graduate, and we're working on that right now. And it's going to become a membership site. So I will have updates there so people can go to that and use that very, very quickly.